Give me that They literally just finished the workout, and now we have 10 minutes. We're gonna ask Grazi a bunch of questions, so we're gonna call this Spitfire. And like I said before, guys, this is a constant journey and developing a better relationship with food. And so I'm gonna start with the first thing. So my goal, Eddie was my motivator, but I knew that was a little too far to be able to achieve. But every single day when I walked on in, Eddie was always antagonizing me and stuff like that, which was a good thing because it always kept me in check every single day. But my number one goal was I wanted to wear the exact same pants that I wore in 2017, and I wanted to feel the same way. And ups and downs. I would lose the weight, I would gain the weight, and Grazi would always make adjustments, talking to me what I can do, what try not to do. And of course I got 2 little ones, and so learning that father lifestyle. And so when we were going to do this video the weekend before the open, things happened, never happened, so we finally got it done today. The last 12 days, I was like, you know what? I was like, I can't get myself under control with my dinner. It just wouldn't happen. I would eat my dinner, and then I would have just a lump sum of just seemed like fat to me, and I could sleep. And I always told Grazi, I was like, that's my biggest issue. I cannot fall asleep, and that was killing me. So, Grazi, in the last 12 days, when I was like, you know what? I'm gonna change one thing, and let's see if I can fix it. I had 2 slices of bread. This was my dinner. So after I ate my last meal at 3 p.m., I never ate again. I would still have my snacks, usually a fruit, apple, something like that, strawberry, whatever it may be. What changed everything for me, 2 slices of bread. I took my flaxseed and chia seeds, dumped it into peanut butter, and I mixed it in there. Okay. And so then I spreaded that on my 2 slices of bread. I filled up a full banana on those 2 slices of bread, and then I poured honey. And I slept throughout the entire night, and then every single day I noticed a dramatic change. I started losing weight. So
there's an explanation.
So now I want to hear the explanation. Why was that so effective for me?
Okay. The first thing is, why do we sleep? People say we have to sleep to rest. We have to sleep to recover. Recover what? We can sit down at the TV and we're still recovering. We can sleep in the middle of the day and we're still recovering. But how our brain only recovers when we sleep along the night. So everyone has already passed at least once in their life a whole night that they didn't sleep. Next day you are in a bad mood, you can't concentrate. Why? Because your brain never rested. Think about that. What the brain needs to recover. The only source of energy to our brain are carbs. So whenever we don't have enough supply of carbs to sleep before going to bed, we never have a complete recovery along the night. Our brain never rests. And that's what was happening with you before. You didn't have carbs. So you tried to go to bed fasting or with only protein before going to bed, and you couldn't rest because your brain could never get recovered. On the other hand, we have to be careful how to put those carbs, because carbs, if we put in a big amount, just carbs, let's pretend you have just the bread and the banana, not the chia seeds, not the peanut butter. You provide only carbs. Carbs by itself make you release a lot of insulin, and insulin helps you to take the carbs very quick from your blood system. So if you take the carbs very quick, you run out of carbs, and again, you can't go to bed. But you did a healthy choice that we have been talking about. You mix chia seed, you mix peanut butter. Peanut butter, you are providing a little bit of protein, but especially fat. Chia seed, you are providing especially fiber. When you mix protein, fat, and fiber with any meal, you start absorbing that meal in a slower pace. So instead of absorbing the carbs at once in 20-30 minutes, once you mixture it with protein, fat, and carbs, that same amount of carbs could be absorbed slowly in the next 2, 3, 4 hours. And that's why not only you could go to bed, but you are not waking up, you are not craving for food because you are it properly. So one of the things that people say, I'm scared of eating carbs. Carbs are not our enemy, especially if we exercise. Our main source of energy for our muscles to contract are carbs. Once you take the carbs, you can drop the weight very fast. It's easy. Okay, let's cut the carb, the weight drop down. Can you really keep yourself lean? Or you are one of those persons that keep going up and down, up and down. And that comes because you can keep that for a while. How long can you keep without carbs? 2 weeks, 1 month. When you come back, you are so unbalanced that you start gaining weight again. Okay. You have questions?
What is it, Eddie?
Okay, so first, can you put the subtitle at the bottom of the video, just in case people don't understand what I'm saying?
I'll try.
My English is broken, so I
Our
try.
English.
So my question is, because you know that in that case, I will try to maintain my weight and my body fat low. That was my goal. So my main goal was like keep it up on my workouts, right? So you told me once that for me was pretty interesting because I'm a student of nutrition, you know that. So I know the basics. I don't know that deeper like you are, but something that you told me before the workouts caught my attention. Why I couldn't like take something with lactose before workouts? That's my question. Why? I mean, that's my question. That's a lot of people question that they don't know what they're doing. So, for example, some people take a yogurt before a workout and they don't know what the consequence during the workout. So, I want you to explain that part because that's really interesting for everybody that is like in the fitness area.
No matter if you are lactose intolerant or not, we are the only mammals, humans, that still drink dairy, still drink milk, even when we are grown up. But when we think about milk has 3 different ingredients. It has the 3 macros. It has protein, we can call either casein or whey protein. That's a protein that we can take from milk. It has fat, the fat, for example, that you use to produce butter or heavy cream. And there is a part that is carbs. The carbs from dairy, the carbs from milk is called lactose. But what people don't understand is not all the carbs are the same. We have carbs that come from fruits that are absorbed in a way. We have carbs that comes from starch, from bread, for example, that it's absorbed in another way. And we have carbs that come from dairy, that comes from milk, lactose, that is absorbed in a different way. So the way that we absorb lactose, it's a little bit harder than the way that we absorb other kinds of carbohydrates or the kinds of sugar. And because of that, it's a little bit slower. So if you don't have at least 2 hours between the time that you drink milk to the time that you start exercising, you are still digesting and absorbing those carbs. And that can cause unbalance in your body because your body is still trying to digest, so you don't have flow enough of blood to do the other part. Either the main flow is for exercise or for digestion. If I'm still digesting, I cannot do both things at the same time. And if I start contracting my muscle and I need that flow of muscle, that can cause cramps and even diarrhea. So what happened is different kinds of dairy are absorbed in a different pace. For example, the worst thing to drink or eat just before exercise would be milk. The second would be yogurt. So if I have 2 or more hours, I could drink milk. If I have up to 1.5 hours, I could have yogurt, but it depends, again, each person is different. Cheese can be tolerable between 1 hour and 30 minutes before exercise. But again, you have to test your own tolerance. So if you want a good source of carbs that can absorb fast and will not cause any kind of cramps or discomfort while exercising, you should rather choose another kind of carb that can be most easily absorbed.
All right.
Cool.
Let's pretend you have 200 pounds, okay? And you have, let's talk about easier number. You weigh 100 pounds, okay? And you have 10% of body fat. 10% of body fat would be 10 pounds, okay? If you gain 5 pounds of muscle mass, just muscle, and you increase from 100 pounds to 105, 100 pounds, you still have the same 10 pounds of body fat. However, 10 pounds of body fat now is no longer 10%. Now it's 9%. So you did gain muscle mass. That's true. You gain 1.1 pounds of muscles, but still your body fat went up. So proportionally, in the last, since the last evaluation, you gain more fat than muscles. So
What about me?
so Logan happened the opposite. You did drop muscle mass. However, you also dropped down body fat. So to drop down body fat, when you drop down muscle mass, it means that the amount of fat that you drop was much more than the amount of muscles that you drop. And it's a good and a bad thing, because we cannot drop down more muscles than fat. The fat should be at least the double of the muscles, and that happened. So that's a good thing, because whenever we are in a calorie deficit, in a long term, it's common to drop down a little bit of muscles. Why? We usually have muscles proportional of our body weight. The more I weigh, more muscles I need to have to carry my own body weight. So when you drop down some weight as fat, your body say, do I really need that weight? Unless you are doing a lot of weightlifting, a lot of loads, it's common to drop down muscles while you are dropping down fat.
So last question before we get into the workout. What is the most optimal health level from body fat to lean muscle mass?
The body is a little bit different than the values from the...
Yeah, but what is the value that you look for when it comes to just a person that just wants to have optimal health?
Okay, it's different from men and women. Women always have between 5 or 7 to 10% more body fat. Women are supposed to have more body fat than men, okay? We have different bodies. Most of the time we say a man should be 17, I'm gonna talk about in body. The in body should be around 17 to 22 at most, okay? That's the healthy range. Whenever you are under 17, 15, you are in the aesthetical range, okay? And men can go as low as 10% in the in-body machine. For women, we say the ideal range should be around 25, okay, 27. The aesthetical range start with 20.
Oh, we already know how this is gonna go, and we're gonna go into a full story of Eddie's and I, probably like not a 30-day challenge, way, way longer than that. But one of the things was if Eddie beats me, which we already knew that was gonna happen, Eddie deserves to, he didn't really enjoy that I was coming to class and going to gym, and I don't have a backpack that is really suitable because the zippers are really not needed because it's just an open bag. So Eddie told me he was gonna get me a new backpack. So for that, since Eddie whooped my butt in this, I guess, progression or challenge, Eddie, you
Give me that.
No!
Bro, this is bad.
I've had this since I was 13 years old.
Bro.
People kept on telling me
This is bad, bro. I can't read
that I
this.
did.
This is bad.
Woo! So maybe 13 years, maybe the material kind of deteriorated a little bit.
You know those places when you go and throw away things and break the things?
Yes,
this
yeah,
is
yeah,
bro, this is fresh right now.
It was designed for
Bro.
Either the backpack is too bad or Eddie is too strong.
probably a little bit of both.
I think this the first one.
The material, look at this. I'm saying, guys, if you're wanting to keep a backpack since you're 13 years old, I'm saying it was doing pretty good. It was a surfer backpack. But that's done. We're gonna go. What we say? Check ourselves into the in-body, and then we're gonna hit a workout. And then the best part, guys, is we're going to be asking Grazi, our nutrition coach, questions about our journey and all the do's and don'ts, and just learn more about the process. And Eddie and I both come into the gym. We see each other every single day, and so it was cool to just be able to talk and the journey's not a straight line up, right? There's ups and downs, and so we're here to talk about it.